Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Guild Wars 2. I actually started trying to do this episode a little while back, but yeah, no, it didn't work out because I was far away from the waypoint and I just hadn't accomplished everything that I wanted to. So, funnily enough, in the last episode that we did, which I had to rewatch because it was so long ago, we were level 22, and as you can see, we're almost level 47 now. We have taken a long time just leveling. And what's really hilarious to me is that I really haven't done much to level. This has all been due to just map completion. So before I go into the armor changes and all that other stuff, we are now in this area. It's the Brisbane Wildlands. So last time you saw us, we were in Lion's Arch, and what Lion's Arch ended up doing was it ended up taking us to a portal that would take us into Radisum, which is the starting point for Asura characters. So while we were there, I went ahead and did map completion for Radisum. As you can see, we did 100% completion with all 9 waypoints, all 5 vistas, and all 19 points of interest. And then I went ahead and did map completion in Metrica Province as well. So Metrica Province is one of the harder maps, but whatever. It's just because it's so large, there's just so much to it, and so many like nooks and crannies. And as you can see, Metric Province is right next door to Caithe Forest, where we started. So now we're in Brisbane Wildlands. I have not done map completion. I have been working on it here and there, but mostly I've been just using this area for gathering and for leveling. So if I run into a spot where I can do something, I do it, but if not, then I don't do anything. But yeah, so we're actually here right now. We are supposed to meet right here, right next to the Inquest camp. And that is where we're going to continue our story. And now getting into Serenoon as a character, as a whole. So, his armor has undergone some changes. I decided to use strong heavy plate for his character. I thought it was more suiting. These arm guards, which are the new heavenly bracers, I unlocked those via the Hall of Monuments. So by playing Guild Wars 1 and getting achievements in Guild Wars 1, I'm able to get some pretty cool stuff in Guild Wars 2. Which I don't know if I've explained this before, but there are other pieces to it as well. Like the heritage stuff, the heritage gear that I had him wearing, that's all from Hall of Monuments. But also his blade, that's the most notable change. If you watched my Super Adventure Box video, I went over how you can collect baubles, and baubles turn into bubble baubles, or bauble bubbles. And then you can turn those bauble bubbles into items, particularly weapon skins. And so we got him the Super Great Sword skin, and he's been wearing it since. Another thing I did is I ended up buying a miniature, because I was just in love with the bee dogs from Super Adventure Box. I always have been. I think they're cute. So now he's got this little guy following him. It doesn't really do anything in game, though. So nothing much has changed. Because he's leveled up so much, you'll see a drastic change in his skills. We have maxed out strength. We are currently working on tactics. His skills themselves, as you can see, they're kind of all over the place right now. They'll be all over the place up until we reach level 80, and then by 80 we should have, hopefully, all of these filled if we've done map completion and all that jazz. So, but physical training, signet training, and shout training are all maxed out. I should really start working on bringing tactics to full, and then deciding which of these 3 I should use for my next specialization, but yeah. So, that is really all that's gone on with Serenoon. Those are all the changes. Concerning the corrupted audio, even watching episode 7, going back and looking at it, there's some audio corruption. I don't know what causes it. There is no way for me to avoid it, so unfortunately, whenever it shows up, I'm just gonna have to, like, block out the sound and put in a separate soundtrack or something. Like, that's really all I can do. So, we're gonna enter the instance source of the issue. I don't even remember. I remember we're doing something concerning the Harbinger, but I don't remember what it is. It's been too long. Oh, hello, Malik.
Is there something you need?
Caithe is a strange conversationalist. She has so many questions and gives so few answers. That's Caithe for you. Tell me, is this the bridge you remember? Yes, there's a path to the river. Follow me. I'll lead you as best as I remember. I'll be right behind you. I love the Skrit. I think they're adorable. They're so stupid, but it's cute. They're I shouldn't say stupid, they're primitive. so. I remember this mushroom patch. A script crushed them underfoot when I was last here. We should head to the river. Okay. Following you, buddy. Oh.
The Nightmare Court found the place before we did. How do you want to handle it?
By force. I want to kill him.
We kill them. Painfully.
Caithe, you and I are going to get along just fine.
I was gonna say, that would have been my idea too.
Shake it off!
Come on, get up. Leave Malik alone.
Take that! I feel furious!
I need to get better weapons. Swim down the river. These foul courtiers are a bad sign. We must hurry. Head upriver until you see a cave.
You've made a poor choice.
Oh, underwater fighting? That's the worst.
I'm gaining adrenaline.
I hate...
Just about full of
That's
adrenaline.
enough violence for now.
Sure. You know, there's just like a crap ton of scale through here. I seriously hate...
I feel the adrenaline.
Like, granted, they've made it a little bit easier, but underwater fighting has never been my favorite thing. Like, just the skills are so random.
Might and glory.
That's enough.
I know that they said that they did some balancing here recently with the underwater fighting. I don't know who all that affects. I just wasted that attack on nothing. Hey, maybe my scale slayer will go up since these are all scaled. Maybe I'll get like mucho points for that.
I'm flush with adrenaline.
It's at 76 right now, so we'll see if it goes up. Because, yeah, I've been trying to get my achievements. Like, I only have, like, 10 more pirates I have to kill for, like, a certain level of the killing pirates thing. And then the all you can eat, like, I don't know. I've been trying to space out my food because I do want to use it. So I've been having lesser characters cook, and then I've just been stuffing my face with whatever they make. Oh, now they're making us get out of the water, or are they coming in? Okay, they're coming in. I was gonna say, that's pretty shitty.
Shake it off.
Okay. I can never see what's happening underwater. No, I'll get out of the water.
I'm fading fast.
No, you're not allowed to say that.
Might and glory.
You're a jerk. Alright. Now back in the water we go! I get this little helmet when I'm in the water. It's supposed to be my breather, and I think it's hilarious. Because I don't see how any of this would be effective for swimming at all, but whatever.
New lands, new opportunities.
Sure.
There it is, the pod in which I awakened. That's where my life began.
Ugh. That looks interesting.
That's my pod. Judging from your expression, I assume there's something wrong about it?
Yes. Everything is wrong about it.
Don't listen to her. It is magnificent.
Are you gonna explain?
There he is, the Harbinger. Success. All that is left is to bring him before the Duchess Fowlin.
You are one stubborn weed, lady, and you're doing a bang-up job of getting on my bad side. Who are you, and why do you want me?
I am the Knight of Embers. I was born dreaming of you, and it has been my life's ambition to draw you into Nightmare.
Why? Why do you want me so badly that you would waste lives just to capture me?
Because you are the key to our freedom from Ventari's false laws. Your coming marks the turn of the tide between dream and nightmare. With your appearance, the truth grows ever closer. Come, the Grand Duchess awaits in the Venlin Vale.
She can keep waiting. We destroyed your courtiers. You'll do no better. Defeat me if you can. You'll die like all those who harm my friends.
So I don't think you should like threaten the lady, but
Eliminate them and protect.
Heal the adrenaline.
I will avenge you!
whack.
I feel furious!
You fight well. You may have the upper hand today, Harbinger, but I will keep hunting you. I will never give up.
Well, that was easy.
The Knight of Embers is a fool. Whatever this nightmare is, it led her to obsession and madness. Is your dream the same?
No, the dream is a vision of hope and a feeling of purpose. It guides us toward the light, not into evil.
I wish I could say that I understood the difference, but I don't.
So, Caithe, can you tell how this pod got so far from the Pale Tree?
That is not the right question. Ask instead, how did this pod get so close to the Pale Tree?
I don't understand. What do you mean?
I must speak with the Mother Tree. But first, we must be certain that the Knight of Embers does not report to Duchess Fowlan. If she studied this pod, as I did.
But what about Traherne? We were to meet him at the Pale Tree.
We have no time for meetings or explanations. The Knight of Embers must be stopped.
Then we head to Venlin Vale and to battle. Let us end this knight's threat once and for all.
Huh. So that's actually really interesting, because I've been wondering about Malik. So it doesn't really matter what I choose, because I already have better legs anyways. And we leveled up, so we are now level 47. Let's see, precision ferocity, vitality condition, power precision. I've been doing power precision because I would like toughness, but there's never anything that matches with toughness other than precision. Alright, so that was what I was wondering about Malik, because there's such a mystery surrounding him. Like, was he pulled from the Pale Tree, or was he pulled from somewhere else? Like, was he taken from the Pale Tree and then just basically corrupted, or was he something that was made beforehand that was corrupted that they're trying to put into the Pale Tree? It's kind of like how, I think it's a magpie, how a magpie will, like, leave its eggs for other birds to take care of, you know? The magpie goes into the nest of regular birds, will place in their egg, and the birds won't know the difference. They'll just take care of this magpie egg. The magpie will hatch, and then will basically starve out the other chicks if there's any other chicks left. And, you know, and that's how the magpie basically spreads. And so I'm wondering if Malik, in a sense, is that magpie, you know? Was he something created for evil that they wanted to plant into the Pale Tree, so that the Pale Tree could take him in, and then he could spread the nightmare through the dream, and then it just kind of, like, misfired? Like, maybe he just popped out of the pod, like, way too early or something? Like, I don't know, because like I said, I haven't played in a while. I haven't been keeping up with the story because I've just been so absent with this thing, so sure, I'll gather some onions. But that mission took a lot less than what I thought, and that's the thing, like, sometimes you'll run into those missions that are really quick, and then you'll run into those missions, like Path of Fire is a huge example. You'll run into those missions that are basically a mission within a mission, and it takes forever. So luckily we're not too far from the next mission, so I guess we could go ahead and give that a try. If it ends up going over the 15-minute marker or whatever, then this will just be a longer episode.
Fate has brought us together. What do you see?
Whoa, glitchy. Glitchy. There we go, it fixed itself. So mounts are kind of hit and miss. Oh yeah, so I got my jackal mount. I decided to use the Frostborn, I think? Frostborn or Iceborn skin. Because everything Cernian has is kind of like blue-ish. Alright, so the incense right here. Cool beans. No, I do love mounts, but if you do use them in the main campaign, please be aware that they can be pretty game-breaking. So, just forewarning. Now we gotta see what's going on. If it loads.
This is the place. The Knight of Embers will be waiting to meet the Grand Duchess. If she is allowed to tell Fowlin the truth, the results will be disastrous.
Why, Caithe? What aren't you telling us? This is my life. I deserve to know the truth.
Yours isn't the only life in danger. Listen to me very carefully, and I'll explain. For years, I've suspected that the Pale Tree is not a unique creature. Legends tell that the seed from which she sprang was one of many in a cave. That cave has never been found, but it seems that at least one of those other seeds was planted. From it grew the tree which bore you, Malik.
If that's true, there could be other cities of Sylvari, other groves.
Yes, groves untutored by Ventari's tablet. Who knows what they would be like? What those Sylvari dream?
If Fowlin finds out, she won't need the grove. The court will burn the Pale Tree to the ground and find one they can more easily twist to nightmare.
If that happens, the Sylvari race will be lost forever. Zaitan and the Elder Dragons will win.
No, I won't let that happen. If I must die to keep this secret, I will do so.
Better that the Knight of Embers die instead. Come, we have no time to waste.
Okay.
We have work to do.
So that was something I didn't expect. Speak to Malik about the plan. I kept the disguises from Joy's End. Dress up, act like you're escorting me, and we'll get past the guards. If they ask, I'll tell them I'm your prisoner, and be surly, very surly, it'll work. Fine, just give me the clothes. Okay, so we're disguised. I mean, we're still gonna end up fighting our way out of here, so I don't see the point. Might as well just let me fight myself in and out. Okay, Malik's buying me. I've had to do a lot of pretending in this story. Halt. Haven't seen you two before. What do you want? We have critical information about the Harbinger, you twig. Get out of our way. Really, the Knight of Embers must be expecting you. Quickly go to her and tell you all are on our way. Well, he said be surly, so I'm being aggressive. Ser Noonan himself is not very aggressive, but it's whatever. I just want to kill the Knight of Embers, because I don't like her. She seems like a twat. Okay, leaf tent.
Take a look at that.
Would you look at that?
On your guard!
What?
In time, all will succumb to the supreme authority of the Nightmare Court.
Thanks. Thank you.
I don't know what we're doing, but okay. I don't even know what happened there. I didn't want to pick up your damn bottle.
That's enough.
Attacking! There!
Had it almost full of adrenaline.
It's kind of anticlimactic, so basically what we're doing is we're rescuing Skrit from their prisons and just attacking the guards.
You're gonna get it, and I'm gonna give it to you!
Shake it off!
Skrit are adorable,
Adrenaline building.
so...
Might and glory.
These guys are probably only so easy because of how much I've leveled up, but... No, it's interesting to think that there's another pale tree. I mean,
enemy approaches.
I wondered why the pale tree was unique in itself.
Shake it off!
Okay, confront the Knight of Embers. Waiting. There you are.
An ambush is the best you can offer. How
Well, it
sad.
killed your camp.
You're already a creature of nightmare, Harbinger. Why fight us?
You're a liar, and soon you'll be a dead liar.
Impudent whelp. I'll show you why they call me the Knight of Embers. Filth. This town will be your funeral pyre. Sylvari, Lanya, to me.
Lania's arrows will tear us to pieces. Deal with her next.
Who's Lanya? Oh, Lanya.
All that you are will end in flames and ruin.
Shake it off!
So she has to call in her friends.
Give it my all.
So she makes a big deal.
See death, sure. We will burn in her fire for this.
Lanya! You killed her! My vengeance will make an inferno feel pale and weak.
Might and glory!
Well, it's like you
Shake it off.
you showed off why you're the Knight of Embers, and yet you sent someone else to do your dirty work. You know. It's kind of your fault she died. Just saying.
Retreat!
Sylvari. So I get to kill you next time.
I'll flay you alive, and the mistress will burn your bones.
Just
Oh,
about
she's a
full of
necromancer.
adrenaline.
Oh.
Ah, death. It is all that I need.
Beloved squire, you fools! May nightmare take your souls!
Oh, I killed your girlfriends. I'm sorry. Not really.
Might and glory!
You know, maybe you shouldn't send your girlfriends in to fight for you, dude. And you're done. Like, that's pretty cheap. I would never send my wife into battle for me. If I said, oh, I'm gonna show you why I'm so powerful, I'm not gonna be like, babe, go show him. That's stupid.
Ah, there you all are. The Pale Tree said I would find you here. I've discovered something you must know. The tree, Malik's tree. It's not...
We know. The Nightmare Court nearly found out as well, but we have silenced the Knight of Embers.
Still, this is only the beginning. Even if they don't know the reason, the court will keep searching for their Harbinger. If I stay here, others will try to convert me to Nightmare. They'll discover my secret.
He's right. Fowlin will hunt him, and I promise you, she does not give up.
Somewhere to the west, at the source of that river, there's another tree. Maybe even another city with more Sylvari like me, my family. I'm going to find them. When I do, I'll tell them about the grove, and I'll return with an army to help fight the dragons.
I wish I could go with you, Malik, but my duty is here. I wish you good fortune and safe travels.
Don't worry. We'll meet again, someday.
I really like Malik. So, that's actually really cool, because I've always wondered the same thing. I literally have always wondered why, out of everything, the Pale Tree was unique. In Guild Wars 1, we see, you know, Ventari planting the Pale Tree. And I don't really remember him saying much about it, which, you know, is something that I always just, like I said, I wondered about. But we get to see him, like I said, we get to see him plant the Pale Tree, and it always made me wonder, like, how he got the seed, why his was the only one, you know, what made it so special. Like, there was just a lot of questions that I felt just did not get answered. And in all that, you know, we ended up getting Sylvari as a race, you know, so when this whole thing with Malik popped up, I was actually really intrigued. Because I have just never heard of anything like that, never seen anything like that. And, yeah, so I'm really glad we finally got to see this to its conclusion. I think it's absolutely insane, but yeah, no, how, you have to think, with a race as unique as the Sylvari, how would that affect them if they were not raised by Ventari's teachings? Because even Fowlin, like, she turned to Nightmare even though she too was raised with, you know, Ventari's teachings. She was raised in a way that, you know, she ended up becoming skeptical of the rules. She became very jealous. She saw the rules as lies. This is shown more in, like, Living World, leading up into Heart of Thorns. But she grew skeptical of Ventari's teachings because it teaches that everybody's equal, no one's better than anybody else, like, everybody has their purpose, everybody has their calling. And then when she saw that there was favoritism shown towards other firstborn, then she started to become skeptical. And then when she saw that, you know, Asura and some other things were finding this new race, the Sylvari, and basically torturing them for the sake of science, you know, she started to see that there was true evil in this world, and that if they followed by Ventari's peaceful nature, that even if it said, you know, even if his teaching said, hey, defend yourselves, the Sylvari were weak, and they were weak because they were kind, and they were understanding, and they were open-minded. And so she kind of started twisting the teachings to try and make the Sylvari strong and make them a formidable force. And she became bitter because she thought that it was Ventari's laws that had caused all this grief in her life. And thus she, you know, she founded the Nightmare Court. And, you know, so it would make sense that if she did find out there was another tree that did not have the basis of those teachings, that would be more easily warped by her idea of what Sylvari should be, that she would have no need for the Pale Tree, and that she would destroy, you know, the life source of all Sylvari in the Grove as we know it. So it's just interesting. It's something that I've never thought about before. So that's actually pretty cool. But this is my first time playing through the Sylvari storyline, so... A raptor. I shall murder it. Ouch. Yeah. But I do need a better greatsword. I need to, like, craft a better greatsword. But yeah, so that's pretty neat. Okay, so we've gone through 2 stories so far in this series today, and hopefully that'll do us for this episode. We're up to 30 minutes. It didn't take too long, but we finally concluded what Malik was, where he came from, and how all that's going to help us in the future. Hopefully we do get to see his army someday. But yeah, so if you like this series, go ahead and hit like, and let me know if you want to see more. I'm having fun with it, and I'll continue to update you on Serenoon if anything changes in the next episode. Hopefully we can get up to level 50, and we can start getting into the main storyline soon enough. But yeah, ouch. But thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I will go ahead and I will see you in the next episode. So, alrighty. Alright, bye you guys.